Welcome everyone to Yoga Therapy Thursday night. And tonight we're working with our neck and shoulders again. So if you could just get comfortable. Is everyone okay? Yeah, everyone's good? Okay, just gonna get those lights a little closer. Here we go. So just lying on your back. Ready? Just going to inhale your arms up. Feel free to put a bolster behind you, put your arms to, and exhale, arms coming down. And alternatively, you can bring your arms at the sides. So maybe at the sides, you might want to have some floor space that you can move your arms to. So this might feel better for your neck and shoulders. You can also bend your elbows as you do your exhale as well. So pick one of those. You can also try one arm at a time if you prefer. Coming to the top. It's comfortable as you exhale, bend your elbows, dropping your shoulders to where you can hand, and your hands might be off the ground, but just see how far you can bring them down comfortably. And then inhale, coming up in a wide position, and exhale down again to where you can. See how that feels. And you can bring your hands all the way together also as you do that inhale if you want to create a full circle. And then stay with your arms at the top, if that's comfortable. If you like, interlock the fingers. Inhale into the chest, into the belly. Exhale, draw the belly in from the pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, chest falls. Inhale, upper chest, lower chest, full chest expands, full belly expanding. And adjust the arms. If your arms are comfortable, you can bring your hands on top of the head, your arms at the side, your arms by your hips, anywhere that feels comfortable. Inhale, feel the back arch as you inhale. And when you're ready, release the arms down. Bend your knees. Let's try something a little different tonight. So we're going to inhale We're going to come up with our hands on our heart. And exhale, stretch the hands away towards the ceiling. Inhale, bringing the hands to the heart. And press those elbows down. Exhale, hands to the ceiling. Next time, we're going to stay a breath. Inhale, coming up. Stay here. You can tuck your shoulders underneath. Exhale. Inhale. Lift a little higher. Exhale, coming down, hands away from you. Inhale, come up. Exhale, tuck those shoulders underneath. Inhale. Lift a little higher. And exhale, coming down. Now, if you'd like, you can increase the length of your stay to a couple of breaths or more. Oh, someone's trying to get in. I'll let them in. So inhaling, coming up, tucking the shoulders underneath. Exhale, staying. Inhale, lifting a little higher still. And exhale, coming down, stretching the hands away. And release the hands by your side. Inhale, coming up, arms overhead. Exhale, coming down, leave your hands there and stretch your hands away, your arms away as you gradually roll your spine down. At the end of the exhale, bring your hands down by your hips. Inhale, coming up. Breathing into the chest, into the belly, chin in. Exhale, coming down, rolling the spine down. Stretching the hands away. Just feel that whole stretch through the spine. At the end of the exhale, you bring your hands down. Just do this in your own timing. And just finishing up, resting. Feet wide, angle the knees in, just rest for a moment. Let's do a counter pose. Exhale, knees to the chest. Inhale, knees away, rolling the shoulders forward. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, knees away, rolling the shoulders forward. And just keep this going in your own timing. If you want to focus on one shoulder, you can do one side at a time if you prefer. Taking the knee across the body as you exhale with the opposite hand. And release. So now I invite you to take your two blocks, your hard blocks, and if you don't have these, you can use a rolled mat. And you can put the rolled mat the length of your torso. So you might prefer that. Some of you might like that. Just take the one block. You're going to put it between your shoulder blades, no lower than your mid back. So about the bra strap level, and just have the other one ready. You could use a bolster or a pillow if you don't have two blocks under your head. And you can have it on this height, horizontally or vertically. So some people like it higher. I think most of you have done this at some point in person with me who are here today. And bring your arms to the sides. So this is a pose I do quite frequently when I have neck pain, just to open up the upper back, neck, and shoulders. And if you want, you can add a little bit of movement to it. So you can try bringing your arms overhead to the floor behind you. Stay there for a few breaths, and then maybe bend the elbows and bring the arms at the sides. Or you can inhale, stretch the arms out in a Y position, and exhale, draw them into the center as you draw the belly in. Just any of those movements that feel good in your upper back, neck, and shoulders. You might be feeling a big stretch under the armpit, for example. So this is a modification of classical fish pose in yoga. Your legs can be straight, they could be crossed. If you want to do it that way. Draw the belly in as you exhale. Inhale, breathe into the chest. And perhaps just staying in one position, resting for a few breaths. Just a natural breath. You're ready. Gradually coming out of it, you can roll to the side, or if you like, you can bend the knees, you can hold your hands behind the head and help yourself up that way. Whatever feels better for you. All right, so you're going to lie your back again. You stretch your legs long if you're comfortable, or have them bent. And you're going to inhale, bring your arms up. We're going to go more into the neck now. Tadaka Mudra. Exhale, you're going to bring your left hand down as you turn your head to the left, away from your top arm. Stay here a breath. That top arm can be adjusted. I like to have both palms facing up, and feel free to adjust the height of both arms. As you exhale, maybe turn the head a little bit more. Inhale, come to the center, have you stay about 4 breaths probably. Tuck the chin in. If it's comfortable, exhale other side. Turning the head away from that top arm. Inhale, stay. Exhale, turn. And when you're ready, coming out of it as you inhale, exhale, bringing that arm down. Bringing your knees to your chest as you exhale. Inhale, legs up, arms up. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Inhale, legs and arms up. You want to add on, tucking the toes to the mat. As you exhale, hands by your side. At the end of the exhale, knees to chest. Inhale, legs up, arms up. Exhale, touching your toes down, the further away from your buttocks, the harder. At the end of the exhale, draw the legs in. This is for the core. Strengthening that mula bandha, that root lock. Just doing this in your own timing, adding that strength work or not. And just rest, hugging the knees into the chest. Just rest for a moment. And turning to your side, coming up, and grabbing your bolster or big bed pillow. Put this underneath our bellies if that's comfortable. If you don't like this, you do not have to do this, of course. You can also use a blanket, something smaller. I like the big bolster or the bed pillow just because it gives a nice height for what we're about to do. We're going to work on Bhujangasana, Cobra, and Sphinx pose. So just finding your position. You put it on your belly, below your chest, and your arms in Sphinx pose position, parallel. Could have a block between your hands if you want it. You're going to inhale, lift your chest up, and maybe even stretch your arms long. Just see how that goes. And then exhale, release. Now you could have some blocks to place your head on as you come down to rest your head. Inhale, coming up. So when you come down, if it's uncomfortable for your neck, put a block or a stack of blocks to rest your head on, or a couple of pillows, or you can come all the way down. Just notice how this feels. You might be feeling it more in your lower back. Perhaps you're feeling it in your chest, your neck and shoulders.
Your legs classically can be together like a cobra or modified apart, hip width apart. That's why I'm doing it. Or even wider as a modification. And that can have differing effect on the SI joint area. If you're working with your SI joints, you could try even wider legs and just see how that feels in your lower back. Play with that. And just finishing up, coming back to child's pose, we're going to use the bolster. So putting the knees apart, the bolster a little bit between the legs, and forehead on the bolster or pillow. You want the chest and the belly also on the bolster or pillow. You can turn your head to one side if you like. And you can also hug your bolster. This is my favorite version. I like that feeling, so you can play with that. And just rest here. And you can turn the head the other direction if you like. You can tell we're moving towards the mind emotions classes because I'm already going in that direction. You're going to go on your belly now. We'll come back to that. Nice child's pose. Let's work with those neck and shoulders a bit more. So bring your arms out to the sides in a T position. You might need to adjust yourself a bit so you have a bit more space. You have long arms. Inhale, bring your arms up at the sides in that T position and lift your chest. Exhale, come down. You don't need to lift the chest very much. Keep the chin tucked in. Or if it's very comfortable, you can look forward, but don't strain the neck. You could have a blanket or a pillow underneath your belly, like we had earlier with the bolster. So just see how that feels. Try to draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Now try it with bent elbows. See the difference doing it with bent elbows. Let's come up, bent elbows, draw those shoulder blades together and down. Strengthening the back of the shoulders. Now, if it's comfortable, bring the arms in front of you. Stretch them long in front. Can you come up one at a time? Inhale up. Exhale down. Other side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now, if this is too much on your neck, fold your hands, fold your arms, and have your fingertips together under your forehead. And you just come up in a salute, one at a time. Inhale up, press the other hand down. Exhale. Inhale up. So this is how I'm going to do it. The other one with long arms today didn't feel very good on my neck, but that is the classical. This is more modified. Now, if you want to make it harder, you can bring your hands a little higher in a diamond shape. Same thing, you can use the other hand to help press you up. Bhujangasana, you come up on, you bring your chest up and your belly is down, so that's Cobra. And again, the full pose, arms in on top, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. So just pick one of those or two of those to play with. Do a few more. When you've had enough, go to child's pose. I'm going to do the diamond one today. That's feeling good in my body. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you can do both. You won't go as high, so it's a little more frustrating. But you can test that out. I'm going to keep doing one at a time, so I want to get a little height myself. And just finishing up, you're going to come back to your child's pose with or without the bolster, your choice. The legs can be parallel or knees apart and feet together. Feel free to do a side stretch one side at a time to get into the side body a bit. And switching sides when you're ready, staying around 4 breaths per side. Coming to the center. If it's comfortable, you can do an upward facing dog or a cat, elliptic cat, Chakravakasana, before you come down onto your belly. So I'm going to do an upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, coming down. So that's an add-on. Make sure you have room over your head, because we're going to do one more thing to strengthen those shoulders. So bringing your hands on your lower back, palms facing up. I'm going to show one side at a time. You're going to inhale, going to bring one arm up overhead. You can even use the wall for support, but move away from mine a little bit. Exhale, bring it down, turn your head away. Now, if this is too much in your neck, don't bring it as high. Bring it to a salute or that diamond shape you worked on. So you can come here to a salute, diamond shape, or all the way overhead. This is Artisalabasana. Other side, inhale. But we're just working on the upper back piece, not the leg piece right now. This one takes a lot of room, so you might need to move a bit. Inhale, coming with the other arm. Exhale, come down, turn the head away, side to side. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bring it back, turn the head away. Feel free to use that diamond shape or salute. This is to strengthen the shoulders, the neck. Now, if you want to add same leg or opposite leg, feel free. This is called Artisalabasana. It's a classical pose with a straight arm, modified without using the legs or bending the arm, bending that lever. I'm just going to keep showing different variations. You can do same arm as leg or opposite. And this is our peak pose tonight. And when you've had enough, just go into your child's pose and maybe do a few more. It strengthens the back, lower back when you add the leg, as well as the upper back and neck, adding the weight of the arm. Fantastic pose for imbalances in the back, like scoliosis or other imbalances. Coming to your child's pose of choice. Child's pose, when you stretch the arms up, focuses a bit more on the upper back. So notice the difference, arms forward versus arms back. Next pose I'm going to do does require to be on the knees. So if you're not comfortable, you might want to put a blanket under the knees, or you could do this standing at the wall. I'm just going to show that often called puppy pose in the West. It's a variation of child's pose, really. Put this block between the hands like this. You could use a book if you don't have a block. You could use a nice book. And you're going to have your elbows parallel. Bring your knees back and lengthen your upper back. Press against that block. Feel a stretch underneath the armpits, the triceps being stretched, underneath the shoulders, the rib cage. It's a stay pose. We're quite warm now, so hopefully it feels good. You can also do this standing with your hands at a wall and step your feet back. And when you're ready, release. It's pretty intense. Hope you're feeling okay. We're going to thread the needle now. Again, you're on your knees again. I'm just going to show you front view for this. I hope you can see a bit better. So you're going to take one arm and bring it underneath, and then the other arm you're going to bring up. And try to keep your weight on your shoulder, not on your head so much. You can do a vinyasa, exhale, release, inhale up if you prefer. You might want to put a blanket under your head if this rolling feels uncomfortable. So just play with that a little bit. Another thing you can do, which I learned from my fitness friend Hannah, is you can bring one leg out, which I really like. So the same direction you're moving, you can bring that leg out, and then you'll be able to rotate a bit more if you're like me and you have a lot of restriction in your upper back, it will give you a bit more freedom of movement. Try to keep the stretch happening on your shoulder. So keep the weight rather on your shoulder, not on your head so much. Bring it back. And then we're going to switch sides. You can all see what I'm doing okay. It's a little bit of a strange one. So just the basic threading the needle. I'm doing the other side for you. So look like you're right. The opposite hand comes up. You do that, inhale up, exhale down. You can add that leg to the side to get a bit more of a stretch from the back of that shoulder. I know some of you in the room, this will probably feel really good. Rotator cuff injury. Stretching the back of that shoulder. Exhale, release. And we're also working on rotating the head again. We've been working on that quite a bit, working on the neck a bit more tonight. So we move up the spine. So yeah, as soon as I learned this leg piece from my friend Hannah, I was like, oh, that's makes this much more accessible. All right, and when you're ready, coming out of that, and just go back to your child's pose, whatever version you like, with a bolster, without. Hopefully your whole back is starting to really get stretched out from all that work. Okay, we're going to lie on the back now. And do some windshield wipering. The arms to the side, inhale center, exhale knees to the side. Inhale center, exhale other side. So this is just the hips and lower back now. You want to add a bit more neck and shoulders, sliding the opposite hand to where the knees are across the heart and rolling your head and rolling all the way to one side, stretching the back of the shoulder again a little bit more intensely than the last practice probably. Inhale center, exhale other side. So one shoulder feels a bit tighter than the other. Now, if this is feeling really good, you could try this on your belly. In the West, they call this scorpion, I believe, is what they call it. I've got to come this way a bit more, you can see me better. So you stretch one leg to the side, and then you bring that same arm up. And you can just stay there, or you can keep rolling side to side. So be careful, this is quite strong. You can do the previous one instead, the windshield wiper with the rolling of the shoulders. It's quite similar, but it's not as intense. Again, stretching between the shoulder blades and the back of one shoulder at a time. You'll find it gets into my rib cage very nicely. Rotating the upper back, the lower back. And you can stay there if you want. Or keep going side to side. We're just going to finish up and go back to child's pose or knees to chest, depending on what pose you are doing. So if you're on your back, just stay there, bring knees to chest. If you did the scorpion, just come to child's pose. Okay, so line on your back if you're not there. Stretching your legs out. In your feet towards your right side. Walking your shoulders to the right side, stretching that left side of the upper back, neck and shoulders. You can add more lower back by walking your feet a bit more and even crossing that right foot over the left. Just stretching the whole side body. This is upper and lower back. Just breathing here, staying. Adjust the arms to comfort. If you're not comfortable, you can come out of that upper body twist, arms to the side. When you're ready, going to the other side. Your feet to the other side. Your shoulders to the other side. I'm crossing my left foot over my right. So my feet are to the left. That's an add-on. Classically, there's no crossing of the feet. I like to do that just to help that right hip go down. That's your choice. Just breathing here. Notice where you feel it. So because of my scoliosis, I feel it more in my upper back on one side and lower on the other, but just notice where you feel it. It will tell you about some imbalances in the upper and lower back according to where you feel it. After staying 6 to 10 breaths, consider coming out and back to the center for a counter pose. Bending your knees. Let's think about perhaps happy baby with Urdhva Prasarita. So you can hold under your thighs, exhale, bend the knees towards your chest. Inhale, straighten the legs. If you're able, you could hold your feet and do this by holding your feet, or you could hold your calves. You could have two belts, one on each foot as well. If you can't straighten all the way, that's also fine if you're holding onto your feet. Maybe just stay in happy baby. Release your lower back in case it got involved in some of those back arches. Just let it release and decompress in case it got a bit compressed. So we're doing the asanas, the locusts, and the cobras, Bhujangasana. And when you're ready, release that. We're going to take our bolster and this works for you. And take your bolster lengthwise along your spine. You might put a blanket under your head. You might put a block at the foot of the bolster, any of those add-ons. You can also put a block, a smaller block, or a pillow underneath the buttocks to reduce the curvature in the lower back. I like to put my feet at the wall. And the arms go at the sides. If you have a nice blanket, even a weighted blanket, you can put it on top of you. If you don't have something like this, you can also roll your mat and lie on a rolled mat. So that's another option. If you don't have a bolster or these two blocks we used earlier at the beginning of the class, you can use these as well in this construction. Just lying there. Make sure that whatever you're lying on, it is supporting your head, that it's not falling off the end. And if your chin is sticking up to the sky, do add a blanket or something under your head, or add a block at the foot of the bolster to make it a little higher. Just feeling the upper back, neck, and shoulders opening. The chest opening. I'm just going to recite a loving kindness meditation as we focus on the spiritual heart, and the love emanating from our spiritual hearts. When we feel safe, when we feel loved, when we feel healthy, when we feel balanced, we feel safe enough to open our hearts to those around us and the whole world, Mother Earth, friends and strangers, and even those we don't like. We might even be able to open our hearts to them. I am filled with loving kindness. I am filled with loving kindness. I am filled with loving kindness. I am safe from all harm. I am safe from all harm. I am safe from all harm. I am healthy, happy, and whole. I am healthy, happy, and whole. I am filled with endless joy. I am filled with endless joy. I am filled with endless joy. Inhale, am. Exhale, loved. Inhale, am. Exhale, loved. Ready. Starting to back into your breath and your body, increasing the length of your breath, moving your hands and feet. Bending your knees. When you're ready, rolling to one side. Into a seated position. Or you can stay lying down if you prefer. I'm filled with loving kindness. I am filled with loving kindness. I am safe from all harm. I am safe from all harm. I'm healthy, happy, and whole. I'm healthy, happy, and whole. I'm filled with endless joy. I'm filled with endless joy. Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all everywhere be blessed, so blessed. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Namaste. Namaskaram. Thank you very much. Happy St. Patrick's Day. May the luck of the Irish be with us. Thank you.